All right, we're back to it. Hopefully the live chat is working accordingly. We are playing some Satisfactory Update 5, building our... Yeah, it's a mega base, but really, I'm taking a step further and saying, you know what? It's a town. We're building a town because I'm looking to get us... Ooh, okay, yeah. Ooh, I just thought of something here. Like this, all well and good, but I want this to be like, let's make this coded. Yeah, so we're basically saying like, yo, we're fucking peacing out over here into the road. And then here I'm gonna make these, which is, that's just odd that, does that line up? That does not line up to me. That lines up. Weird. Okay. Anyway. So, yeah, I wanted that to... and then here, what we could do is... I want to do a crosswalk like that. Oh, that's so freaking cool! And then same thing here, of like... Yo, by the way, this is a crosswalk. Be careful. And then here, just like, fucking go. Oh, that's so awesome. God, I love like these stencils on the ground. Like, look at this. It's basically like, yeah. You can come through here. Just careful, you know. Like, and we could do like caution, caution. You know, like, yo. By the way, you're about to come over to a spot that just has like cars, but oh, that's awesome. God, I love this game. Like, how could you not love this game? You know what I mean? Okay, so we'll do a power outlet just right there, and that'll connect to that. And then for now, I can just fucking do this to get it to... Wire is too long. That's fucking wild. We're gonna have to make all of these power poles uniform, but that's, you know, it's a later time. So this is going to be our... Yeah, it's always going to be set to unload. We're never going to be loading up. But anyway, we'll figure that out. So it's going to flow into the storage container array that we're basically building right above us right now. I think it's for the most part going to be storage containers on the complete outside and then sorting system on the inside. So everything that you're looking at, like on this side, it should be storage or sorting, and then storage containers be facing that way. Yeah. Okay, so that's our first garage. And then, should we just mirror our second one? Or should we just work on what the storage solution will look like? Let's mirror the second one. I was just thinking is having like a box for us to dump materials into. I probably shouldn't have deleted all those walls, but okay, let's figure this out again. Is this 10 exactly? Yeah, 10 at the corner. So right there should be 10. So I'm thinking like for the materials that we have to refine, like I'm thinking slugs and carapaces and mycelia, stuff like that, that just can't be automated to an extent. Like there's no node that allows you to automate that. I want that to filter through the storage system, get automated, and then filter back through. So this should be 10 long, which means at 5. These are the 2 for doors. Yep, and then it's just a normal wall. Fantastic. See, like once you build a template, quote unquote, it's so much faster to build a second version of it. It's really just sitting there thinking, oh shit, what am I gonna do? Like, what is the layout I want? How do I want this to look? Those are 10 and then 15 long, which is overkill, but I mean, who cares? Okay. I think I might do a sorting floor in between these. And, you know, oh, I actually just thought of like the back of the garages could be a great spot for materials to come up, to be sorted. I'll probably add a little bit of flair around those, but you know, we'll figure that out. And yeah, we still got to paint this entire thing with plastic to give it this coated look. This coated look is, in my opinion, is the best one in this game. It's very clean. It's super shiny when you get lights on it. The appropriate reflections. It just looks so good. I still got to paint the patterns on the roads to signal where I'll be driving versus where the factory carts will be driving. We'll figure all that out. Colors, it's the black and white. It's one of those things that's super easy to miss because you'll see it very quickly when you map out the roads. Should also redo the coloring on those barriers. Black and white does not seem to affect that window. Okay. This is a weird way for me to do this, but I think it works for the most part. And what did I put on here? The crosswalk, right? Then here it's the pathways. Yep, also colored in the black and white. And then here we did the caution material there. Really hard to see until we do that and that. And then I don't remember the layout of the vehicles, so let's go look at them. I gotta tell you, the last drink I made has been, it's been a strong one, so I'm feeling it pretty good right now. My apologies if I'm being a little bit. Okay, so it's 2 in, 4 in, 6 in, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So on the 5th. So 2, 4, 6, and then 5. That's how we want to plan that out. Two, 4, 6, and 5. You know, I just need to map this. 8, 9, 10. So it should be here. And here. And then those. And those. Okay. Okay, and so that's 2, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right there on the lip of that is where we want our train station, like that. Literally right on the lip of that, and then the output is right there. Perfect. I think that that's actually exactly what we wanted. And then that's a turn this way and a turn this way. I think it's a turn right there. I think this is right. I think we've got our garage set up. Our second garage set up, that is. Pardon me as I take a drink of my very, very strong beverage. I'm drinking, for those that are wondering, I'm drinking straight bourbon. There was ice in it. There's no longer ice in it. I got one of those giant ice cube trays. Can I color this black and white? Oh, you can change the barrier color, but you can't change I don't know if that does anything, but let's just mark it. Transportation, we need 6 more explorers. Seems super excessive, but fuck it. If you've got the materials, who cares? This does look kind of cool though, right? Okay, and then, oh, I don't remember. It's so weird that they have like the lights aren't on, so I don't know why those things are glowing like that. I can't remember if the, okay, yeah, they start on this side. And those, like, think of it as our, uh, you know, you put a Xenobasher. We've got a Xenobasher in every ride. We got Blade Runners in every ride. Shit like that, so that we could hit the ground running, especially when you're out there exploring, as the name suggests, and you get fucking got. It's a good idea to have backup solutions, right? Is that the right angle? No, one further back. It's a little farther to the side than I wanted. There we go. Yeah, I feel like that looks good. Alright, rinse and repeat on this side. We obviously haven't loaded anything into these. And this is like a future preparedness thing, but like honestly, we'll see how often we use this. Hopefully a lot. It'd be really cool to be like, nah, fuck it, I'm gonna take the car out, you know? I'm gonna take one of the rides out. This is absolutely a temporary solution. I do not want this to be a regular. The fuck is this hooking up to? Alright. You could stop with that light. Why wouldn't this hook up to that light? Oh yeah, this looks good. This looks really good. I'm gonna do, let's cover the ceiling here, and then we're gonna start working on the storage solution. And then we also have to figure out how we get the fucking train in. But we've got a good template for a train with the iron ingot factory. Materials. Let's paint this shit. Ah, again, I've been clicking the wrong button this whole time, thinking that I was painting, but I was not. I like the little pathway around the base just as a potential for staircases, walkways around. Even if it's not utilized fully, it's at least present to be able to facilitate. I think I'm going to paint that white now that I look at it. That platform being gold, I mean, it's alright, but it doesn't, well, I don't know. At least it's a little different. Actually, I might leave it white. Or gold, I mean. Ooh, look at that. It's the fun part of playing Satisfactory, right? Where you're just literally painting every single foundation. It's not quite as fun as, oh, I'm going to build all of these machines that are producing all of this stuff for me. Okay. Cool. I get why you would think that that's not the right color, but I need you to understand that that is. Alright, let's see what else. Okay, so once we get this, I want to work on the storage solution, and that's where we're going to have to get a little bit creative. So I'm thinking the storage solution is going to be starting on like up at that floor, but out a little bit. So we might maybe have a little bit of an overhang. And then even with that, have like, we have to have a good solution how to get up there pretty conveniently. We can do stairs. Of course, we'll do stairs. We'll do the manual route in case power goes out and we still need to access things. But we definitely want a faster solution to tackle the other circumstances. Okay, so anyway, I think we'll do storage to here. So what I might do is, let's see, foundations, architecture, I might do a glass floor. Yeah, I think this looks good so far. So if we do a glass floor, here, and then we have a sorting floor above it. Yeah, I could see the sorting of the, yeah. How many spaces is that, 3 or 2? 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 spaces. Wow, okay. Four spaces. Oh, got ourselves like A weird underfloor? Okay. So this is where I would say we could do can I do roofs? Can I make this glass though? Ooh. Do I like this? As a solution to my... Well, the problem is it's going to go right into the space elevator, so I can't really do that. Because I would have wanted it to go... What if I do 3 separate staircases, one on the left, one on the one on the close, one on the far, one in the middle? What's the middle? It'd be really nice if I could actually click correctly. 15, so 7 is the middle. And so then what if I did that and then did that and then we did staircases down. Okay. And then here we do a little bit of a catwalk this way. And then here maybe just a regular tile. And then stairs going down. Okay, I can get down with this right now. I might do stairs coming down here, but I'm envisioning... Wait, what? How did that happen? That is not at all what I wanted. I wanted it to be aligned to the top of that. That was weird. Yeah, there. That should be 7. Yep. Okay, now we should be aligned. Okay, and so then that's a perfect placement. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, that's good. I like that a lot more. Trying to think out of how I want to play these angles up. Because like that is fine. And then there's really no, unless I want them to be like in a half square. What if, okay, let's say, first of all, I need about 1 billion of these. Probably not 80, but we're going to use a lot. God, this looks so good. That looks so good. We've got plenty of iron pipes. Build the hub. How many are we looking at over here? Ooh! We got a decent amount. I don't know if that's enough. That's 8, that's 400, 442, that's not enough. Oh man, do I not have steel beams? I don't think I do. I definitely have steel pipes though, I know that. And nope. Okay, so let's actually... Oh. These cartridges are stuck. See, and this is what I mean of like, our system is not necessarily the best equipped to handle everything. And so everything overflows into this last container. Then it's going to be steel beams, or steel pipes, I mean. Of which, like, we could get rid of a substantial amount of them. Alright, well I guess we're going to take the train back. And this is exactly why we're doing all of this. Because what a pain in the butt this is. You know? I gotta say I'm pretty surprised at the low level of CPU usage on streaming to YouTube. I figured it would be a lot more expensive on the CPU, that is, but I don't know. Maybe my 3080, I think I have a Ti? 3080 Ti is something? I can't remember. You know, as much as I want to redo this fuel generator plant into a, not quite cleaner, but more efficient solution with turbo fuel, I think it looks really good. It's pretty clean, the layout's good, piping is good, nothing's really super messy. Could be better about reverting some of the materials that go into sinks. Thinking bringing them underground, piping them up directly into a sink where needed. Petroleum coke. No, is that what's being out of there? No, what's that? Oh, it's like a blue material. I forget. Anyway, that material I think is useful for other instances later on, so we'll incorporate that into the base as a resource that a train gathers and can distribute where necessary, if necessary. If we find that it's not useful, we won't build a train station for it. I definitely went overboard on the amount of industrial storage containers. I mean, but is it better to go overboard or not, or you know, underboard? I don't think underboard's a thing, but you know what I mean. My biggest concern upcoming is management of the train network. The block signals do a decent job. The problem is when... Oh, I just thought of something. I might do reroutes. Since we're doing a train network 4 wide, I'm thinking if you need to go to the right or to the left and there's a train being blocked because it's all backed up until the node, what if you just pop into the one of the two middle lanes and then pop on out. Some reroutes. I think that's a good idea as a solution to backup trains. That's my biggest concern. It's honestly the bigger concern is the backup trains when we get to the stations. So at stations, someone either wait, or like a train waiting either to pick up materials or deliver raw materials or produce materials for further materials, whatever the case is, that's going to be a problem. So how do we mitigate the number of trains waiting? If I built this accordingly already, then I should be able to at least get the other storage solution up and running, because it filters out decently well. Outside of excess. I just want like an equal amount of materials being delivered into my storage solution. That's the real problem. Is how do you get... You can do like a one-to-one. You can do one line that takes like a merging of each, but I think the primary one will take the majority of everything. I can't be certain. Let's take some silica. I think we're okay for now. I just really have to think through the process on how we're going to bring everything in at a reasonable rate. It basically has to, you have to break everything into threes. And then those need to be broken into threes. You basically have to, it's like a iron plates, iron rods, screws. Those go into one merger. So they get separated into 1, 2, 3. Then you take that merger and bring it onto the main line that would house every other group of 3. So you have equal distribution of 3s. I think that's how you have to build it, which is, I'm going to say daunting. Yeah, I think that's how we're going to have to build it. Just thinking, oh man, we got a lot of them explorers out there. Let's get rid of those. Yeah, it's a little excessive. It's cool looking though, right? Got one factory cart. I should build a factory cart on a loop just to take us between our train station and storage and whatever building we're working on. And just let it run around because it's free power. It doesn't use any resource. You know, I don't use the webcam, but if I did, I would absolutely show you the pup who just woke up from a nap. And, well, I mean, he's always napping. So he's about to nap again, almost guaranteed. But he's being pretty adorable in his little bed. It's been a little chilly. I live in Austin, for those of you that are watching this on YouTube or live. I can't tell if someone's watching live. Uh, and it's been a little bit nicer lately, but on the chillier days, I have like a little heating pad that I normally use for my back if something's acting up, because I messed it up a few years back. But I've put it under his blankets on his dog bed, and I turn it on for him, and it's basically him instantly falling asleep on that thing. So it's legitimately adorable. I love it. Oh man, I really want to tap this resource area right here. I have to find out like the exact location that I want to jump in on, and I'm thinking it's just to the left of this fart rock. Go in a little bit, build a station there to gather the resources immediate, and then there's like coal, caterium, quartz a little bit further down. I think quartz is in that little area right there, somewhere in that ballpark. Over here somewhere. And bring all that stuff back once we have the material. So, you'd have like an iron trade going in over to the iron nodes. You have a copper train going to the copper nodes, limestone, quartz, caterium. I think coal is located relatively close to there. We still have our coal power plants producing power. I forgot that we built 2 of them. Those are producing power for us still. But we are far from consuming the grid. Well, until we start bringing in additional buildings, like once the iron plate, rod, and screw factory come up into existence, it'll be a decent draw on the power grid. Right now we're building something just as a make life easier for us building. So I'm just excited to. I knew that was going to be the case. Let's just cover that right now, because the amount of times that has been a potential problem is too many. And this is all going to get deleted in the future anyway, so. This train is going to pass straight on through underneath to that area there, where our train network is going to branch off. And that's going to be one of the busier train stations, as it is going to deliver all of our completed materials. Alright, so this, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do architecture. Yeah, I know I should probably put these on a hotbar, but at the same time, like, it's so much faster nowadays to do a lot of this switching back and forth between different style of walkways and that sort of a thing. Yeah, so the path is not going to be exactly lined up with that, which is a little bit unfortunate, but worst case scenario. Okay, so let's line up our first one. So we could use the area behind them as storage, as sorting, because it doesn't really matter. I mean, you could see it and could walk back there, which is good to have as a troubleshooting solution. But is it necessary? Okay, we're good there. Okay, so this is how many? Oh my goodness. 15? Is that right? Should we recount it? Maybe I freaking tagged something down here. Okay, 15 on this side, 30 total so far. And I don't want to go and deal with shit over this way. How did we not finish this floor? That's awkward. Alright, so we've got this floor figured out. And, you know, obviously our sorting grid needs to go it might need to go well, we didn't really think this through now, did we? At the garage here, we don't need it to be exactly this tall, I guess. It can start here. No. Now we've got this building. It basically does take up the entire height of the garage. So, okay, so what we need is a sorting floor before we get to the actual floor. So, this was prematurely done. And we're not going to do this because this is going to be a sorting floor, of which we'll be able to pop in and investigate. Okay. Okay, so far, and I'm thinking like, how do we combine both sides? Because we're going to have trains below us delivering these materials. And then we also need to have the trucks to be able to deliver the appropriate material. So like if I get a power slug, it needs to know that it's got to jump on a train to go over to the power slug refinement / mycelia / alien carapace, whatever the fuck, the random ass building that's going to handle the production of those materials. Okay, so this is going to be a sorting floor. And so let's do okay, we'll do like a legit wall there. Okay, and I'm going to do a wall here. And I'm going to do a wall there, not that one. See, I'm looking at the time. We are at 51 minutes on this video already. I'm okay with longer live streams because this is literally how I play the game. I just sit here and just like, oh, okay, so today we're doing all of this BS. But like, I've never built a true sorting solution. I know, okay, I have a general concept of how I want to build it. I gotta say, I'm not throwing shade here, trust me, I'm not. I love Total Eclipse. He's a fantastic YouTuber and does incredible content on Satisfactory. I adore his videos. His Fan Factory Fridays are some of my favorite videos he does, and then I tune into his live streams a lot. Anyway, his description of a sorting system I thought was a little lacking. Let's actually, I'm going to use the word unstructured, not lacking. Unstructured. He did a great job describing why you might want to use one and in some ways how you might execute it, but in other ways it felt very it felt very like he was just, there was no rhyme or reason to the message. And so really just, to me, I understand that you've got to build a space where you can sort all of your materials and build it a couple of different ways. Whether you want one line that sorts everything for you, or you want multiple intakes that sort things for you, build it that way. And I think we're going to have a little bit of a hybrid here. We're going to have a system that does kind of both to some extent, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to play it by ear here and see. I'm trying to understand if this is truly a hybrid system or not. So we're going to have our sorting floor here, and basically raw material from trains, from trucks, whatever the hell is all going to be filtered into this. The thing that a lot of people, I think, have a hard time with is, oh, I need to like fit this into 8x10 grid. And my answer is, why? You have the entire world to work with, including a massive skybox. You can always build up. There's rarely anything stopping you from doing that. If you build up so high where the game is like, nah, you are outside of the box, you have built a hell of a factory. So, to me, take the space you want. Make it look pretty. You don't have to make it look super condensed. If you want to do it that way too, that's your prerogative. That's just, in my mindset, I would rather it be clean, easy to navigate, than to be super condensed. All right. So we have our sorting area. That's going to bring the materials up from the train network. How do I want to do this with the next floor? So I'm going to go next floor up this way. And then I'm going to do yeah, okay. So I come up, I go up this way, and here's my sorting floor. Or my sorting floor is here, but here's my... no. I want to come up on this side. Actually, I want to go straight up to the sorting floor, or to the material floor. Okay. So I'm going to come right up to the floor that actually has the materials I want to research, or that I want to pull items from. Okay. And then, if I so choose to go down to the sorting floor, I can do that. Of which I think I'll do, like, let's say I do this, and then I do that. Yep. And then, so that lets me come down into the floor that I want to come down into. So primary is that I want to actually just go directly up into where I want to go, because that's what I want to do. I want to go in and pick up the materials that I want to pick up. It's only when I want to, for whatever reason, go into the sorting floor that I go and investigate that area. And that should be a relative rarity by comparison, right? Man, that iron building looks good. Sorry to say, ladies and gentlemen, I did a great job there. So the way I like to build these walkways often, whenever I do build walkways, like for example, right now I'm building this walkway here to an area not likely to be visited frequently, but has potential for whatever reason. And so for me, I want to have a path around from more or less whatever angle I so choose. And then it gives it a little bit of life as a real path, right? As a real walkway that someone might use that isn't a manufactured solution to a problem. So we're going to mirror what's going on over here. And this is a little bit more of a complicated. So it's a plane and then straight down on the corner. I don't normally build like complicated walkways around. First of all, I also have to say like these step walkways are awesome. Oh my gosh, that one just does not want to delete, huh? Okay, and so like this is gonna get deleted. How did I take damage there? That was wild. Okay, so because my main prerogative is like, let's get to the top floor from basically any spot. And if this is, okay, if this is the center, then I want, not that, I want this one. But I want it here. I think that's right. Oh, I can't tell. All right, let's go up there. Okay. So we'll do that, and then I'll do platform straight down. Yep. Like, whatever is the fastest way for me to get to a situation, the better. And then, you know, we'll throw hypertubes in here in a bit, but let's break this up right here. And we'll do something a little wild, you know what I mean? We'll put in a little stopgap here, and then just say, you know what, continue on. So I could come into that room if I wanted to, right there. Or yeah, I like that a lot. I feel like that works. So we just come up, go in. Okay, that's not not an actual path. This is not an actual path anymore. Okay, what is happening? Okay, so that just means we need to remove this and that. So like this is kind of my mindset when I work on these is it's really about, okay, how do I build a direct path to where I want to go, and then I want to build a path to uh, alternate spots. So for example, this sorting floor, because I'm going to need to go to it eventually. So going to the sorting floor will be nice to just be able to interact there. And then coming up and being able to pull materials from wherever I want. But I can go down this way, directly down into the base, and out the exit, potentially into one of my garages. Here, and then I might build some balconies, potentially. Okay, so I also like the idea of like a little bit of a added path here. So like having multiple options to get to the location that you want to get to, I think is key. So like I can go boom, or boom, or here. Like at this point, is this one redundant? I feel like it kind of is. So now I could just literally do that. And then that needs to be that. And that's like, that's the perfect path. It is, primary is a straightforward in. Secondary is a slight turn out. Yeah, I think that's fine. And then we've got similarly on this side. And honestly, the hardest part sometimes is like mirroring this. Like, oh, like you got to go back and basically just like redo all the damn steps on this. And this is where, you know, you throw a podcast on and you go, all right, fuck it. I'm going to listen to a podcast and just build a mega factory. So you come up here. Let's build the railing all the way around. And that'll give us a good baseline of what to start with. So if I build this all the way around our little like, so this isn't even our, this is the storage or the sorting area. We haven't built the storage area yet. What if I built it like in a column? I should also do some research to understand how many materials are out there to understand whether sorry, I'm pulling up YouTube, seeing if there's anybody else watching the live stream right now. If you're watching the live stream, I get it, some people like to just lurk, but if you're watching the live stream, let me know. I'm honestly really curious. Okay. So obviously this one is not right set like we did over here. This is the ideal. This is the path we want to take. Okay, let's delete these. We'll do a nice little cross right here. That's likely to be deleted. But still a good representation of what we would potentially want, as we don't want it on these two. So it's 2 in and then the cross bridge. It's 1, 2, and then this will be the cross bridge. Yeah, it's going to look really good once we get this completed. Okay. See what I mean when it gets to the point where you're like, oh shit, I gotta actually like build this out, mirror it. Okay, so we've got this part complete, and then got 1, 2 in to go down. So 2 in, and then that's gonna be this side. And then I think it's that side. And then there. Yep, those are aligned. Nice, and they're pretty close to the entrance. Great. Okay, I think that's good. Obviously, we don't have our walls or anything over here. Oh, something got messed up over here. Some way this, yep. Yeah, that wall clipped wrong. Okay. So these like foundations definitely, well, not foundations, but the walkways definitely help with being able to clip a little bit outside of the normal base. Okay. Did we use, what kind of materials did we use on that floor? Yep. So we got rid of the glass plate and we covered it with so this is always how it goes. You make a decision and you go, well, you know what? Actually, this would be better. And then you have to deal with deleting each. Easy as that. Okay, and then same thing up here. And the point is for us to get a nice little framework going for what this sorting solution will look like. And once we have that set up, then we could set up a train to deliver the goods. If we're confident that the sorting solution is going to capture all available materials and products, whether we are producing or not, like I'm thinking power slugs or carapaces, pale berries, these nuts, whatever those are, you know what I mean? I got plenty of space to hold those gifts, so why not? All right, second floor set up. We should do the walkways on this side too. So it should be this one. That's the not the problem one, but the deviation. And then that goes that way. That way, and then... Yep. Yeah, that seems right. There and there. And then, so we definitely didn't do it here, so let's tackle that on this side. Great. Yeah, this is looking good. I'm really liking the way this is turning out. So let's build a little section this way, and then got to figure out what to do with the sorting. We just have to figure out how we're going to get all of these materials in a state that's easy to read. Think about how we're going to tackle this, because I don't want to over design it, but I also want to make sure that it's okay. That's definitely not what we wanted to do. I do have to say these ladders are superb. And then I think we can get rid of these. That's just overkill. It's not that far a walk to each of the edges, and each of the edges has a path to the side. It's not really important for us to go into the center of the sorting area either. It's just a nice to have doorway that will get us to where we need to go. Yep. Okay, great. So with that sorting solution, do I do rows dedicated to materials and have them filtered up in like, for example, okay, so that's one on that side. Okay, that hangs over there. I think this is the way we might tackle this. Mm-hmm. We're going to leave this as an excess path. And actually we'll take this out as an additional excess path. Is this spacing accurate? Okay. So if I do there, there, and so if I leave 3 spaces between, so it's in, space, in, space. So it's in, space, in, space. Okay, this is perfect. This is exactly how I want it. So it's kind of the same way we built our iron, where you have a walking path that's completely free of... Ooh, I just thought of something. Like, let's make this like a grocery store, right? Think of a grocery store where the ends of the aisles have, you know, this is the material that's here, or this is what's here. Like, oh, this is the pasta aisle, you know? Is that lined up? Sometimes this stuff feels like it lines up to, I don't know what. Okay, so there. Just keeping an eye on the pup. He's up to something. Link, come here. Yeah, come here. Yeah, I see you wagging that tail. Good job. Come here, sit up with Dad. those watching on the archive, I don't use a webcam, so you can't see my pup just yet, but if there's interest, you let me know. I do have a webcam set up, but I've been actually thinking about getting like a mirrorless, nice camera, both for YouTube and for work purposes, just because I want to show up some of my coworkers and colleagues and say, oh, by the way, like, I'm actually doing this the right, because I use my personal computer for work, which is nice. Everyone else uses their laptop, and that allows me to be a little bit more, I'm not going to say not basic. I'm more extra. I don't believe anyone is watching me live on YouTube right now. And that's totally okay. I full on expected it, but if you're interested in ever watching me live on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe here, because I think this is how I'm going to record all of my videos moving forward. Which makes me think I should probably cut this video here in a second, just to limit the length of it. But really, I just want to play this game, and having it posted to the channel is just a nice little benefit. Like, honestly, I don't really care about the views, that stuff. I mean, it's nice. Don't get me wrong. It's super nice that anybody even gives an F to watch. But, you know, to me, it's just a happy coincidence that people are watching. Plus, it definitely does give me a little pressure to actually finish out my builds, which I'm terrible at. What happened here? Wait, what? Are these all turned around? Yeah, they are. Son of a bitch. Holding the little like snap thing helps a little bit sometimes, but sometimes it snaps to like something wild. Okay. So yeah, I'm thinking a doorway at any space where we would potentially want to walk. And even then, oh man, that was trippy. That autosave like really got us. Okay, yeah, so a path there. This should be okay. Over here. That's a path. This should be a path. Why is this like that? To make me fall down. Just want quick access without a doorway. I want to see what's going on in here. Yeah, so I'm thinking we do organization, small billboard. How big is a small billboard? That's too big. A display sign. Yeah, display signs. So we'll do, let's go with like 8 of them. I'll take that. I feel like our home base is actually working out pretty well so far. The biggest thing will be creating a subway station, as that is, let me tell you, a relatively time-consuming process. But, all things considered, I feel like we're doing okay in getting this up and running in a relatively reasonable fashion. I know I only needed 16 and I took 200, but nope. I only needed 40 and I took 400. But fuck it. And go ahead and make me some more leaves, because I, you know, leave it in the comments. Let me know. I don't remember. Do the trees stay year round? Or do they go away at the end of the season? Because if they stay year round, I'll put trees all over this damn place. Part of the reason why I built balconies like this is to connect them to other buildings with sky bridges. FYI, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so here we're doing this only because I think a sign has to be attached. How are we gonna do this? Okay, but like, how do we do this so that it doesn't look super janky? Okay, first of all, let's build another wall segment. Maybe that'll help a little bit with the placement of our billboards. How we sort things. I like the idea of hypertubes being relegated to parts that are related to iron, parts that are related to copper, parts that are related to deuterium, and so forth. That might be the way we tackle that. What if each of the lines had 2 outputs for a designated material? Basically increasing the flow of it? Is that how that would work? Okay, so basically that tells us that that is the appropriate height for our experiment here. Our experiment that actually is working out rather well, if you ask me. This might be the top of our base, actually. Well, I don't know. Maybe we build like a little penthouse above here or something. An observatory. Something to survey our projects. I am thinking that I'll take a stab. I've never done it at round foundations around the space elevator. Seems daunting. Oh, that's the shiny material too. It's great. I love that shiny material. We're gonna have to add some lights up in this bitch. And we're gonna have to add some signage that says what is what. And so here's the biggest problem I have typically. Like if you put a sign like right here, you know, that's all well and good. But you know what's annoying is you can't actually tell when you're walking this way. You gotta be like, oh, okay. Okay. And so when you're at a grocery store, for instance, you ever notice how they put the signs out? Let's do that. So I'm thinking we do architecture and then we do a beam. And if I do it to there, can I attach a sign to that? Absolutely I can. I don't like... Okay. That's a great concept. Hold on, let's make it work. And the biggest thing is I don't want it clipping. Oh, yeah. Ooh, how good does that look? Oh, I drank a lot of bourbon today, by the way. Okay, I love the way that looks. Love the way it looks. This is a... You know what? We're going to mark it, though. How big is this? That's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I honest to God can't tell. Let's do this. This will be our barometer on how far we need to go out with these. I actually don't even necessarily mind that, but I don't like the fact that it's clipping through. Oh man, these beams are a different level of awesome. They allow you to do so much cool stuff. This sorting area is just goals. You know what I mean? And then 3, and then you can delete that, and then this one is definitely not aligned. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I love the way that looks. To get an idea of what's down that hall. Um, I mean, there's a lot of containers down this way, so there would be a lot of things. Hmm. I do like the idea also that having a sign like here that tells you what it is before you come into it. That's also mirrored there. So basically this says like, as I'm walking this way, I could see what these are without having to walk like sideways. But also I kind of want them to be like the billboard signs. Ooh, that looks cool. That's cool that it goes right there. Oh, these are the biggest signs that go there. Okay. So as you can see, the storage area, I mean, we're building this out for endgame. This isn't being built as a medium-term solution. We're building this so that we have basically every single material captured in the game outside of raw. Like, we don't need raw materials. Like, I don't need petroleum coke or sulfur or coal or any of that crap in this. Um, oh, hell yeah. Okay. But what if I did a small billboard like from the ceiling that said what was this material? What if I did that? So if I did that, let's go with like, I don't know if that's too many, but let's go get some materials and find out. I don't know. I think that's going to be super cool looking. I think that's going to be a good solution for us. Also, I'm curious how we're doing on our production of these beams. Are we done? Let's just take them and we'll throw them into the mix. Don't know if we've got that many crystal oscillators, but we'll find out. I've got plenty of space. Gotta love the enhanced storage. Oh, we got a good amount of these. That's good to know. Crystal oscillators? Yeah, we got plenty. Where's the 71? It's not one that you use very frequently, so I usually try to take the exact amount of it. Now here's the thing that's like actually kind of a funny byproduct if we do bring all of the materials out from the starter base into this one. We actually could start producing things like computers, crystal oscillators, all of that stuff within a storage facility, which I mean, that's a little bit of a double-edged sword, right? Like, we could do that, but so what if I did like, I just made it seem like this was being held up. Do we like that? I can't tell. No, those are not aligned. Okay, so that's like, okay, let's actually do this so that we know exactly where it is. Don't have to play a guessing game. So if we do it like directly on the middle of this, I'm going to change this wall to a, what? How can I not change that from glass? Okay, so we're going to do that exactly. So it's literally the second wall up. I don't actually mind it even being on a back plate. But for easy navigation, we might actually just remove the middle wall and put in steel beam. Basically, it looks like it's holding it up. That might be a good way to do it, huh? Yeah, so the point is we're literally covering that entire foundation with the resource. Right now looks a little claustrophobic, but oh boy is it gonna look real good here in a second. By the way, we may have underestimated the number of these billboards we would need, considering we're doing 2 sides. And the intent is always what you see is the one that's right before you. As long as you have a good rule of thumb for what it is you're looking at, that lined up? That feels weird. It feels like it wasn't lining up. I'm gonna leave the wall in between them, but I feel like this sorting solution looks really good. Don't forget, this is only one side of it. Gotta do the same thing on the other side. So this would mean for that. That would mean for that. We're gonna have to work on what that looks like upcoming. Painted beams. Like, Satisfactory is very much a game of, like, best way to maybe to describe it is like patience. Because you have to do things in a pretty meticulous order. I mentioned total eclipse one day in these videos, or in one of these videos. I think I don't really have a lot of control when the live videos go out from a live stream, but if you want to watch the archives, they're available. Actually, I don't know if they go up immediately or not, but whatever, who cares? Anyway, I want to submit my save to Total Eclipse for Fan Factory Fridays. He's a great YouTuber. If you don't already follow him for Satisfactory content, do so. He's just a good dude. Like, I'm Kibitz and Grind This Game and Nilas and all the guys that play all of these games. Like, gotta love them. I'm excited to just even be part of the community in any respect. Okay, yeah, this looks alright. So I could see, oh, that's whatever, that's iron ingots. I like that. And then the billboard here could tell me what if I did just a test here, just a test. So what if I did that and then how do I get it in the middle there? Because if I can do just one giant billboard that tells me exactly what I want, can I do hey, can I just attach a billboard to this? Seems like I could, except it needs to be a little bit higher. Wait, why is that clipping? Okay, that's not clipping. So if I did... Oh, I like a painted beam to be like my structure. Oh yeah, I like that more than I like these little ones. And this is what I mean. Very much like a, oh, I'm going to, you know, construct something and then I'll figure it out later. I'm going to do it a little bit longer. And then add in the billboards. Oh, and that billboard is clipping, and that's not what we want. To that point, yep. And now we can add our painted. I mean, you can't even tell that that's there. As long as the billboards are there, we're golden. Organizational, small billboard. Boom. And boom. I'm going to delete the beams just so there's no inconsistency. / waste of materials. If it doesn't need to be there, who cares? Ooh, I like this a lot. So I could say like, this is a uh, like a walkway. That's really all that is. For that side. Yep, and that's just the walkway area there. Mm-hmm. And then this one could be like iron things. Iron stuff. And we'll just do that. Glossy. Copy settings, save settings. Iron stuff. Walkway. Maybe we do copper stuff over on this side. Glossy. Thank you, autosave. Layout. Copper stuff. Copy settings. A settings. Walkway, iron stuff, copy stuff. Or copper stuff. Man, building this on the other side is also going to be a little bit difficult. Let's get a good baseline going here. I feel like this is plenty of storage containers to capture more or less everything in the game. Like at least all major artifacts, right? So that's an entrance. Let's say this is an entrance. And then the last one is this one. Okay. And we do this one. Alright, and let's go look to see how the storage containers are amassed. And we could change these from iron stuff, walkway, copper stuff, all of that crap. But it is 2 in. So from the door we go 2 in, and then 2 in, 1, 2. That's how it's going to lay out. So it's 1, 2. I think it's here. Be nice if we centered it, actually. I think the intent is there's a walkway around the back. Let me just double check that. Yeah, a walkway. Well, not quite. So the one away from the wall. So it's 2 and 2 away from the corner. So I think I misplaced that. So that looks like it's 3 and 2 from the corner. Yeah, so it should be right here. Yep. Let's line all of these bitches up. Okay, we'll leave that one. So it's space, boom, boom, boom. It should be right here. Okay, so it's space, boom, boom, boom. It should be right here. And then let's see that, and should be right here. And then this should basically do it for our makeshift storage solution. And looking at the timer, we're over 2 hours on this video, so I think I'm going to stop it here and let the video post to YouTube. Feel free to watch it, like, comment, subscribe, all of those things. And I'm going to start up another one here in a bit as soon as I make myself something to eat. Alright,